Train the Trainer, right? So we're only going to be talking leadership. So today is about building with values and empowering your team across your whole team. Okay. So today's focus is very simple. If you want to continue to scale your business, if you want to continue to grow your business, we need to focus on two things. Number one is clarity. And secondly is trust. Okay, so if you guys have pen and paper in front of you, if you have your phone, go ahead and jot these notes so you can refer back to it later on. Okay, so clarity and trust. What do you mean, Andy, by clarity? Well, I'm talking about, what does your team stand for? Okay, every single one of you guys here are your own independent business. You guys have a brand that you guys represent. And when somebody goes into your team, do they know what your team stands for? I want you to drop in a chat real quickly. What do you think your team feels your leadership stands for right now? If a new member came into your business, whether it's House of Sales or whether it's PMG or Money Inc., what is one word that describes your business and your values? Okay, so today is all about making sure that your people know exactly what your company stands for. And most importantly, they have to feel it and they have to feel trusted to make a decision even without you being there. Okay, and that's the whole point of having a value-driven business. Okay, I see you guys blowing up the chat box. Let me check it out. So what is that one word? We got Christian. He says belief and faith. Okay, well, if I go into your business right now, Christian, I should be able to feel that. Same with Ryan. He said integrity, competition, fun. Celia, growth. Cody, growth. Awesome, awesome. And this morning I did take some time to ask Stefan, Dre, and a few other people what their business and their company stands for. You know, if you go into Money Inc.'s team and organization, one thing that you'll feel right away is high standards. Another thing that you'll feel right away is abundance of resources. And lastly, if you guys don't feel this, I don't know what you've been a part of, but you'll feel a lot of cheerful, joyful energy. And I asked PMG, like, man, Dre, what does your team stand for? Platinum Marketing Group. He says, we're known for working hard. We're known for being passionate. And lastly, united. So it just goes to show these leaders, these CAC members know exactly what values they bring to the table. When a new person joins their team, they know. They can feel it. Okay, so write this down. Clear values equals clear culture. John Maxwell says, people don't do what you expect. They do what you inspect. And here's a deeper truth. We talk about systems, we talk about following the systems and they'll help you scale. That's true. But guess what? People don't follow systems. It's apparent we have all these systems and all these resources for you, but people don't follow that. What they follow is your standards. What they follow is your values. You with me, Cole? Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So I want to clarify what we stand for here at CMC. Obviously, we care for the love, the peace, the joy, the Christian values. But when you step into a CMC meeting, you step into any retreat that we have, you'll feel that, number one, we stand for a growth mindset. And most of you guys here have already posted that. Everyone here is here to elevate their mindset, elevate their pockets, and grow themselves. This is a vehicle for you to continue to grow your life. Secondly, we are a company that stands for ownership. When you come into this business, this is 1099 position where you are your own business. This is ownership. And a lot of times we come into a business thinking that we're an employee, but that is not the fact. You guys are your own owners. You guys set your own schedules. You guys have your own motivation to go out there day in and day out. That's ownership. The third thing here, when you step into CMC, what you want to feel right away is that we care about integrity. And this is all in the opportunity plan. Once you guys promote yourself up to a leader, team leader, we want you to wrap your heads around these values. Integrity. It's no longer about you win but the customer loses, or you win but your team loses. No, it's about saying the things that you're actually going to do, doing the things that you're actually going to say. Follow through with your words. Have integrity. And then the last thing here is being a team player. And I think Stephen did a great job showcasing what a team player looks like with the pictures, but I'm going to reaffirm it. Look at this. When you step into the CMC world, it's different, right? You're having team nights with your family. You're having team nights with your team that's breaking bread with you. Look at this. PMG. This is Andre going out to the Texas market and showing love to his people out there. Isn't that beautiful? Look at this. This is ownership right here. This is Team EMG running his show at the Cerritos office. Good stuff, right? Look at this. What a team player. Gio. At the position that he's at now, he's still in the field. Being a team player. Showing how AT&T Air is done. Same with J-Dub. And our man Stefan. Being a team player. Isn't that cool to see? Doesn't matter what position you're in. What matters is what values you hold. You hold yourself to a higher standard, you're out there. Look at this. I really like this one. This is true love right here. This is ownership, team player. Chris taking out Christian and Cole to a seminar. What a cool experience, I bet. Look at that. Mr. Pierce and Celia having team night with their friends, their family, their coworkers. Beautiful. Yeah. So that's the first thing I wanted to cover, guys. You know, top companies like Chick-fil-A, Trader Joe's, they are clear with what their values are. They stand for service. You go to Chick-fil-A, you can feel that they value service, that they value kindness, and that they're consistent. So every team player here on this call, you guys should know, what do you guys stand for? And it has to be clear, with clarity. You guys follow? You guys with me? So I know it's 8:31 already.
Yes, sir.
That was one of the points here. I believe we have to transition back to the main room so that we can end with a mento. So let's go ahead and do that. But before we do, here's an action item for you guys. Just want to wrap up by saying this. Here's the challenge. This week, for next week, re-clarify your team's values. Write it down. Say it in your meetings. Say it in your huddles. What do you stand for? What don't you tolerate? And how do you guys show up? A lot of times we do what we think is what we value, but we don't talk about it. And there's three types of learners, right? There's the people who are visual learners, there's the auditory ones, and then the kinesthetic. Let's tap into the auditory and talk about what your values are in the next meeting. All right, guys, appreciate you all. I'll see you in the main room.
You rock, Andy. Thank you.
You rock, Andy.
Thank you, Andy.
Are we starting the mental right now?
Yes, sir. That's all you.
All right, sweet. I just spawned back in from Andy's meeting, so I didn't know why the chanting and stuff was going on for me.
Oh, I was hyping you up, man. I was being a cheerleader, man. You missed out on the intro.
Yeah, I missed out.
Sheesh.
Hey,
All right,
Chris,
I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Give me 1 minute.
Okay.
Guys, if you don't know Stefan, he just came back from Miami. He wasn't at the beach. He wasn't getting a tan. I don't know how he stays so fit, but he's fit. He's in the field writing deals. He's at the bowling alley striking teams, relationships, building hearts and relationships. Guys from Miami is falling in love. They've never seen the myth, the legend in flesh. He's the one, the only one. He's Stefan. He's gonna be running the mental meeting.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Good.
Appreciate
You
that,
rock,
Steve.
Stefan.
Back.
Good. You rock.
Hey, I see Devin, you're smiling at me because I let you beat me at the bowling alley. I was trying to build your confidence, dog. I see you smiling. That was good times. Florida was amazing, and shout out to Gio and Casey for their hospitality. And then Marcel and his team for their hospitality and allowing me to come and be a part of their company. So yeah, it was good times out there in Florida. But let's get it. So this morning I'm going to share a 6-minute video, and it's going to be about willpower. And today's meeting is just for encouragement. I feel like we all possess it. All of us are in this line of business because we deep down inside have an entrepreneurial spirit, and we want more out of life. We want to accomplish big things. We want passive income. We want to be able to, have freedom and flexibility of time. And it takes a great deal of willpower to accomplish this. Anything worthwhile, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be hard. The easy things doesn't require it. The hard things do. So I want to share this video, and then we'll touch on some key things, and we'll get going with the rest of the meeting. So can I have the ability to hold on?
Yeah, Stefan, you're the host.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, here we go.
Be turned on by 6-packs, right? Sexy men with nice.
I'm start up. Can you guys hear that?
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy man.
Yeah.
Stefan, what you watching, bro?
We're here, the sexy man.
All right.
Stefan, what the fuck, bro?
Whoa.
Crazy.
All right.
For whatever reason, society has taught us to be turned on by 6-packs, right? Sexy men with nice muscle. This is coming from a guy that used to lift weights and wanted to be Mr. Olympia, or women that have beautiful thighs and nice legs and nice toes and 36, 24, 36, beautiful face. Oh my gosh, she's so sexy, right? Or even when it comes down to business or folks who are talented, who speak so well, they're so eloquent with the way they put their words together. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. But behind closed doors, in the world of business, I've seen so many talented people, so many folks who are brilliant, so many of them who are semi-geniuses, right? But behind closed door, they lack one thing, and that is willpower. Let me tell you what I mean by willpower. As crazy as it sounds, some of the most crazy, tough, intense, strong, brutally tough to the point that you can't do anything to stop them are those that on the outside don't seem impressive. Some of the most impressive people I've ever met. Because deep down inside, there's one thing they don't compromise. So let me tell you what that is. Again, willpower. What is willpower? Here's what willpower is. You'll hear a lot of times people say, you know what, I'm going to try to give my best. I'll give my best. I'll see what'll happen. Yeah, I'm going to try my best. I'll try to be at this thing. Yeah, I'm going to do my best. I'm telling you, I don't know, but I'm going to do my best. We'll see. I'm going to do my best and all this other stuff. There's always an out to their commitment. Yeah, but there's always an out. There's always a way to exit. So flight, and I don't have to fully commit to making it work, right? Always. Then you have a small group of people. These groups of people are like somebody you go on a date with, and you're sitting there, you're looking at this person, and then you start talking to them, and you ask a question. Then you feel the depth. And you say, wait a minute, that was different. Where is this depth coming from? You sit down with somebody, you're at a lunch, and there's 4 or 5 people there, new people you're meeting. One of the guys you knew, one of the girls you knew. And then somebody not talking. 30 minutes later, he opens his mouth and gives his thoughts on something. And you start peeling the onion. You start layers on top of layers. Like, wow, it's pretty intense what she just said or what he just said. Or you start doing business with somebody and casually the person says, no problem, I'll get that person's phone number to you by 2 o'clock today. 2 o'clock today, you get the phone number. You forgot about it. She didn't forget about it. Casually, you do business with somebody and they tell you next Friday at 4 o'clock, I'll get this email to you with the 10 things you requested. You forgot about it. Next Friday, 4 o'clock, you get the email with everything you requested and more. What happened to this person? Willpower. When they say they're going to do something, they do it. Now, the other person that's talented, they sell you on this dream and it's so amazing and it's so phenomenal. I'm going to come through for you. No follow through, no follow up, just gibberish, just talk, just looks, just sexy on the outside, but on the inside, willpower is missing. Look, there's a lot of things you can lose. There's a lot of things you can compromise. There's a lot of things that's okay if you drop the ball on. It's okay if you drop the ball on a lot of different things. It's okay maybe you're not the most eloquent communicator, speaker out there. It's okay if you're not the smartest. It's okay if you're not the brightest. But it's not okay if you say you're going to do something and you don't come through. Because there's only one person it hurts when you say you're going to do something and you don't come through, and that's your willpower. And the more and more and more your willpower gets used to you saying things and not doing, your willpower stops having faith in the words that come out of your mouth. And the moment your willpower, your spirit stops having faith in the words that come out of your mouth, whatever you start telling yourself, your mind is telling you, whatever, he's not going to do it. She's not going to do it. He's all talk. He's not going to do it. No substance, all looks, all sexy on the outside, all attractive, but on the inside, no follow through, no follow up, no willpower. Never, ever put yourself in a situation where you hurt your willpower. Never. Because eventually the world, businesses, companies, families, anything is ran by leaders, not because they're talented, not because they speak better than everybody else, not because they're the best at reading books, not because they have the fanciest degree, because in a boardroom, when this guy or this gal says he or she is going to do something, you can bank it. You can cash the check, baby. And people like that are not a dime a dozen. They are rarer than diamond. You can rarely find people like this. And when you find people like this, you lock onto them because they're going places. The market values anybody that this here, when they say something they're going to do, they do it. If you're somebody like that and you're about to work on your willpower and it's not as good as you think it is, start small. Say something you're going to be doing, do whatever you can to make it happen. Make some commitments, do whatever you can to make sure that commitment comes through. Stop saying, I'll try my best, I'll see what I can do. Start saying, I will get it done by. We will get this done by. I will commit to this and get it done by. I will, we will, and then come through. More and more and more you put these things together, these events together, eventually you start kind of sitting up a little bit. You're confident, your eyes change, and people start looking at you saying, why do you look at people like this? Why do you have that look on your face? It's called willpower. You can call it whatever else you want, but really, underneath everything else, it's simply willpower. And people who work with that person know that that person's got willpower. And once you get that, no matter what room you're in, you declare what you're going to be doing. Everybody looks around and says, listen, man, if she's saying it's going to get done, if he's saying it's going to get done, you want to be there. It'll take you places you never thought were possible. Having said that, have a great week, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Patrick Bet-David. So again, as I prefaced before we started the meeting here, willpower, man, that's what it requires. And I just want to use this as encouragement. I know we all have it. We all possess it. And I want us to continue to grow it and strengthen it here. And there's a few people that that I've worked with here recently or just observed. And when I was just thinking about willpower, I mean, there's a lot of people that I can think of, but these three experiences or people came to mind. One was Mr. Eric Tomchik. When he talks about that person in the boardroom and they're going to do it and follow through, I just have been observing and seeing on the chat and just of recent, Eric says, hey, I got this appointment. I'm following up. I'm going to get these sales. I'm closing this many deals. And then all of a sudden, I'm just seeing the chat of him just delivering on there. I remember looking, I'm like, damn, Eric, save some deals for the rest of the company, dog. But I just seeing Eric follow through on what he says he's going to do. I know he has an immense amount of willpower. It was another time I was out in the field. This was like 2 weeks ago, and it was with a newer leader in our company. I think he's like 3 months in our company. His name is Edward Garcia, and he's training Miguel Torres. And so me and Edward, we all split up. I got my deal. Edward got his deal. And I just remember Miguel had a couple of callbacks. He's a new guy. He's like, oh, I got these solid callbacks. He's all excited about it. Miguel, I'm not talking mess about you here, but he's all excited about it. And the new guys, the deals fell through, and we can kind of tell his spirit was a little low. He's like day 2 in the company. So we're out there grinding, and it's 6 o'clock, and we're out there grinding, and it's 6:30, or no, it's like 5:30. We're out there grinding. 6 o'clock hits, and I just remember saying, I'm like, all right, guys, let's just work to 6:30. Let's push another 30 minutes. And Edward said, no, let's go to 7. And just by the way that he said it, I'm like, man, this dude, I see why he's always a high roller. That willpower. This is not the first time that Edward had to push all the way to 7 o'clock or even after 7 o'clock. And I just felt that in him. And I'm like, let's go. So those are a few people that came to mind here. And I wanted to give some recognition. But I have about 6 things that I wrote down here that would help build and create more willpower. So the first thing here is, as Patrick Big Davis says, start with something small and grow to something challenging, right? Number 2 I have here is create a routine. Mr. Dennis DeBroy comes to mind when I think about this. Man, I don't know if it was at least about 6 months ago. Dennis, I want to share this story. I hope this doesn't offend you or anything. But I remember Dennis was ill. He was in the hospital. I remember us being on a wrap-up call, and he's in the hospital bed with like tubes. And he gets on the wrap-up call, and he's on video, right? Some of these guys are not even on video, and you're fully healthy. He's in the hospital, gets on video. He's on the wrap-up call. And I just remember my heart hurt. And I'm like, I remember texting Dre. I'm like, man, what the hell is wrong with Dennis? Like, what's going on, right? And as Steve was saying earlier, Dennis DeBroy is a technician, and he transitioned over here into sales. So 2 completely different fields of work. One, the technician walks in, is like, hey, I'm here to install. They don't really talk to the customer. They do their job. Now he's on the other end of it, where he's going in and schmoozing and building a relationship with customers, building that trust, right? So 2 different skill set, but the willpower is there. So I look at Dennis DeBroy. So he gets out of the hospital, and then I'm assuming whatever health scare he had, it made him take massive action in taking care of his body. I see Dennis DeBroy going to the gym every single morning. 6 out of 6 he posted today, every week. 6 out of 6 days, goal met. 6 out of 6 days, goal met. And he's created this routine. And I seen him at the office the other day, or the other week. Chest is looking good. He's looking all slim. Polo shirt is fitting him all right. And then I don't have to tell you guys about the stats. I think he's at 37 verified sales for the month. And I just know, and I've noticed from his routine that he's created on a day-to-day basis, and he's slowly but surely just building more and more willpower that is transferring over into other areas of his life. And it's helping him make more money. And I really attested to that routine. So number 2, it's important for us to create a routine. Maybe you're not a person who works out, but maybe you create a routine of getting up at a certain time, getting dressed, getting ready, being out in the field, starting your day, at a certain time. But it's imperative that we create that routine. Number 3 is study and model the people who are successful, right? I see guys here who want to be successful, and guys say, hey, this is my goal. This is my goal. I want to accomplish this. I want to do this for my mom and dad, blah, 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 blah. You know, we hear all these lofty goals. And then I look on the call and these individuals are off video. But you see the CEO of the company on video. You see CAC members on video. You see partners. You see top performers ready, dressed, ready to go, ready to hit the field right after. But you're not, right? So study and model the people who are successful and follow that. Number 4, draw strength from your purpose on the hard days, right? I went out to Orlando and I took a red eye flight. And I don't sleep well on planes. For whatever reason, I just can't sleep. I can't get comfortable. So I leave at 8:30 at night, West Coast, and I arrive in Orlando at 4 a.m. No sleep. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And I get to Gio's house at 6 a.m. and I fall asleep for 3 hours. I wake up and I'm like worse. I'm like super groggy and just extremely tired, right? And I wanted to be like, hey, G Money, like, I'm tired, man. Let me sleep in today and I'll hit the field with you tomorrow. I only got 3 hours of sleep. But you know what I told myself? I'm out here to serve. I'm out here to lead by example. Stefan, get up. You know, who cares if you didn't sleep? Like, just get out there in the field and be out here for what you came out here for. I had to think about the bigger outside of myself and what I was feeling, and I had to draw from my purpose. All right. Number 5, set yourself up for success. So you team leaders and leaders who are out there building a team, like, take heed to this, right? So what I mean by set yourself up for success, on days when I would leave the field, I know I needed to go to the gym, I would have to have my gym bag in the car, in the trunk. Because I know if I get home and my wife is cooking dinner and she's like, taste this. And my daughter runs in my arms and I just sit down on that couch for 5 minutes. What do you guys think is going to happen?
You're going to chill.
You're not going to the gym.
Yeah, I'll just go tomorrow, you know? So I got to have it in my car and go straight to the gym. But how in this business, what I do to set myself for success is I always work with a new guy or an aspiring leader, someone who is excited to work in the field with me, because it's going to force me to work how I need to work, right? Versus trying to go in the field myself, I can become lazy, right? So I set myself up for success. Today, I'm exhausted. I just got back from Florida. The time zone and stuff is off. But I committed to Jose and his team, and also going in the field for me as the national sales consultant helps me just better understand the problems and roadblocks and stuff that are out there in the field. So I easily did not want to go in the field today. But you know what I did last night? I called Jose and I said, hey, I'm going to the field with you and your team tomorrow. You know what that does to me? It holds me accountable. I have to go. If I didn't call him and tell him that, I would have found 50 million. You're tired, Stefan. Just sleep in, get some rest. You know, if you don't rest, you're going to get sick. You know, you can tell yourself all this stuff. I purposely set myself up for success, calling Jose saying, hey, I'm going to meet you guys in the field. Where are you guys at? He's like, we're working in the Valley. I said, as soon as the call is over, I'm on my way. Right. So I'm dressed. I'm ready for the field. All right. So that's a cheat code right there for you. Is set yourself up for success. And then the last thing I put here is give yourself grace when you fall off and just get back on track, right? You're not going to be perfect. There's going to be times that you do miss the gym that one day. Just don't miss it 2 days. There's going to be time where you slacked off in the field. Just don't do it 2 days. Give yourself grace and get back on track. that concludes my meeting here, guys. Those are 6 key points there that I feel that will help you guys build that willpower. It is imperative that we possess it in order for us to achieve great goals, high goals, have nice things, accomplish the things that you guys want to accomplish. It's required. It's mandated. Like, you gotta have a high sense of willpower to accomplish that. So hopefully this helps you guys and encourage you guys. I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to you guys. We're in it together. Appreciate you guys' efforts, and let's close this week out on a high, guys. That's all I got, Steve.
Good stuff, Stephon. Give her Stephon.
Oh,
You rock, Stephon.
Go, Stephon, you rock.
You rock.
You rock.
You
Stephon.
rock, Stephon.
you rock,
You rock,
you rock,
Stephon.
you
You
rock.
rock,
Great job,
brother. Keep
brother.
it up. Glad to see you back in the field.
All righty. So good stuff, guys. Hopefully you guys got some good information from the speakers today and the department calls. Hopefully I made you smile, make you laugh a little bit to, get that Friday rocking and rolling. I'm gonna let you know my secret sauce. I had that pre-workout in the back of the car. I had that shit right away. At 12 o'clock at night, ask Rob, where's Rob? Rob Salas, where my pre-workout is, back in the Corvette, right in front. That's how you're gonna hit the gym, right? So just to let you guys know, I got this from Gio. God's gift was caffeine. Stop rolling zero, start drink caffeine. Caffeine's coffee's for closers. And then also listen to all the good stuff that these people are saying. People need to call, network, be friends, rub elbows with Dennis, maybe get some good luck. I'm all about that good luck rub, right? Also, just to let you know, Stephon is in the field. I seen pictures of Stephon. I'm like, man, I'm pumped the hell up. I gotta fly back. I gotta hurry up, guys. So again, my goal for you guys, is to hit 50 this week, guys. Make sure you guys are hooking me up by doing 50. So I look good. I run the MC. I'll make sure you guys laugh. Make sure you have a good time. And maybe again, I'll be asked to run the call again. So thank you so much, guys. Let's make it happen. All right, bye.
Let's
You
go.
rock, Steve. Let's
You
go.
guys rock.
You rock.
Have a great productive day, team. You guys on the scoreboard.
Steve.
Yeah, I'm on the scoreboard.